Okay, we made it to our second destination. We were going to go to lunch, but we're going to go here first and then go get food, right? Because I'm really starving
we're
now.
Hungry.
and I didn't eat a snack, and I probably should have. But we are at the Red, White, and Blue.
Yes.
Yeah, Red, White, and Blue thrift store. Let's go in and see what we can find. This thrift store is packed solid. I saw this giant plush from across the way and I had to come over to see it up close.
I found this. Yellow tag is half price, so I'm gonna look it up and debating if I'm gonna get it. There are some marks on it, so.
How much is the?
Oh, I'm
How
sorry.
much is it?
It's marked 29.
29.
$29.99, hence half price.
Oh, okay, that's good. My second item in the cart is another really large plush. I finally found a thrift store with baggies on the wall. I was so excited to go check them out. This was a set of battery-operated candles that looked like Christmas candy. I did put them in the cart. They were asking $4.99 for the set of 3. Oh no, somebody painted this milk glass gold. Always check out the pinch bottles. Some of them are worth a lot of money, but not this particular one. What a beautiful canister set. Definitely vintage. Just that one canister was $24.99. Cute, but he is plastic. Loving the yellow pictures up here, and of course that is a longer burger. Let's see how much they want for it. $7.99. Oh, I'm going to be digging in this soon. Green and blue tags were the only ones that were not marked down. All the other tags had a discount. USA battery. Look how full and stacked high those shelves are. They even had to put dishes on top of the clothing racks. Wow, that's the highest price I've ever seen on a baseball hat. Tell me about your find.
So, I went to the lower level. There are more purses down there, and I found this too. So, I think I'm going to go with this one instead of the other one. This one's very clean. It's black inside, no stains, not dirty, and it's $24.99 and half price.
Oh,
so,
awesome.
I'm going to go with this one.
In the cart.
Yep, in the cart it goes.
Here is a shot of the cart, and yes, those are coats hanging off the end there.
I'll be back. I'm going to put this back.
All right, and I'm going to put this. I'm going to put in the cart temporarily. We'll see if it stays in the cart. Oh my goodness, this is getting really full. I really liked this beautiful lacquered tray. After I comped it out though, it had to go back on the shelf. It's not surprising to find these in Pittsburgh. If you thought those other shelves were full, wait till you see the plates. And there's cookware on the bottom shelf. Sherry added in this red shirt. I went down to the lower level and they had all of these baggies with toys in them. I just grabbed this one because I saw something in there I kind of recognized. And for $3.99, I'm going to take a chance. Goodness. In the lower level, there was linens, shoes, toys, kids' items, and more handbags. Well, we finally made it out of the thrift store, and Sherry got one item, right?
I got one item.
And I got a cart full. My total spend was $81.01. Can't wait to show you guys the haul. On the way back to our Airbnb, we did stop for lunch at the Moonlight Cafe. We were staying in the Castle Shannon area, but our Airbnb was actually over here, close to the Mount Lebanon Golf Course, right on Pine Avenue. What was nice about this is we could walk down into the little town area. Just a few blocks away was a thrift store right in this area. It was St. Vincent de Paul's. We could have walked down to it, but we were actually heading to another thrift store, and we saw this one and stopped at this one first. After we were done thrifting at St. Vincent de Paul, we headed up to our final destination, up 88 right here, getting on 51, coming up here to Bozeman Street. And there's another thrift store there called Red, White, and Blue Thrift. So within 3 miles of our Airbnb, there was multiple thrift stores, which they were recommended to go and see from Carol, my blessed nest. I met her in Ohio, but she was the one who said, hey, I come over here and thrift all the time, and gave me a list of all of her favorites that she likes to go to. So thank you, Carol, for recommending some of the thrift stores that we have been visiting. This is my haul all set out from the Red, White, and Blue thrift store. There are 3 coats here, which I'll get to later. These were all on the sale rack because some of these were priced up a bit high. So we'll go over that in a bit. I did not pay that much for that coat. The first items in my cart were these giant plushes. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, why did not anybody already grab them? Why are they still there? Unless they were just put out. One, they're Halloween, which was interesting. This one's got a tag on it, new with tags. Oh, this one also has its tags on it, new with tags. Although it doesn't have its price tag, it just has its hang tag on it. I believe this is Marshall from Paw Patrol. In fact, I think, oh yeah, it says it right there. Halloween greeter. Nickelodeon. I do not know my plushes really well. And then this one is Catboy. It says PJ Mask there. Catboy. Halloween greeter. So I don't know that much about. I didn't recognize that one at all. I kind of recognized him a little bit, but I don't have little ones at home watching cartoons, so I don't know. But I wanted to put them in the cart because they were large and Halloween, and they looked in like perfect condition. The price might have been why they were still up on the top. $12.99. And blue was not one of the tags. Blue and green were not the sale tag. So I did pay $12.99 for this one and $12.99 for this one. I hope to get, I'm expected to get around $25 each for them. I wanted to get it and list it and see what happens, see what I actually sell them for. They are Halloween themed, so they might not sell right away. Might be closer to, August, September time frame. But I'm hoping to get $25 a piece for them. I saw this baseball cap and I'm like, oh, look, it's the Phillies, but I've never seen anything like that. But I'm like, that P doesn't quite look right. And it turns out it is not the Phillies. $3.99 blue tag, so I did pay that much for it. That is the most I've ever paid for a baseball cap. But I thought it was pretty neat. It says Philadelphia Bells. I'm like, okay, so it is related to Philadelphia. It has these little stars over here. It's a slide in the back, so it's adjustable for size. And over here, let me turn this around. It says Blue Marlin, one concept. And, oh, you know what? It doesn't have any more information on it. I think I looked it up, and this hat sells really well. I will look it up again and drop a picture on some of the solds. Okay, so I showed you the sold. It only sells for that $17, $18 range. This is part of the Negro Baseball League, and this is their symbol and their hat for that. They sell a lot of these down in the museum, I believe. My husband and I have actually been to that museum. Moving on, I went over to the bags of toys. I always say that I'm jealous of all of the other resellers that go into thrift stores, you know, some Goodwill, some Savers and things like that. And they have all these bags hanging on a wall. And I was like, oh my goodness, they have bags of toys. I don't even know what I'm looking at right here. I just grabbed this bag, $3.99. This was discounted. Let me grab my receipt and I'll tell you what I actually paid for this. Oh, that's right. I said it earlier in the video. Green and blue tags were not on sale, so I paid $3.99. But for anyone that knows toys, you probably see things in there that I don't. I will be opening this up, putting it into lots based on what it is. Because I think it's mixing up a couple different kinds of like toys in here. And I will just be selling them as some sort of mix, either, you know, some sort of lot of some sort. I don't know, is that a pony one? Boy, I'm going to be doing a lot of learning. That's part of reaching out into areas you don't know. I am an everything seller. I don't just sell vintage, but I do have some vintage items right here. So let's start with the yellow picture back here. Some of you, as soon as you see that woven pattern, would know right away that that is Longaberger pottery. This is a big, heavy picture. This is the butternut color, and I think that goes a lot to selling, is knowing what color it's actually called versus just saying yellow. You could say yellow butternut in your description or your title. So one of these did sell for $40, and it was described exactly, probably in terms of description, as it was sold, you know, during those Longaberger days back in the day, the shows and all that. Other people, some of the white ones, like it's kind of like a beige colored white, like ivory color ones, they were selling for like $8. And there was cranberry ones, there's blue ones, and I even saw one of these that didn't sell very high. I think it was like $15 or $20, something like that. So we'll see where this lands in terms of being sold. I paid $7.99 for it. So I paid up. So if it only sells for $8, I'd actually be at a loss after the fees. So I'm not going to sell it for that for sure. So I'm going to make sure to use all the descriptors in my title and the description when I list this on eBay, and we'll see where else I cross-post it to. I recognize the edge of this bowl right away, and there's two of them here, and I'm like, oh, there's two of them together. I actually had one of these bowls. I believe I had the ivory one. It could have been this yellow one, but I think it was an ivory one, but it got broken. But I did have it. It was one of my bowls for the longest time. It's a big old mixing bowl, or you can use it as a vegetable bowl. Blue tag. I paid up for it, $12.99 for the 2 bowls. That's pretty expensive, $6.50 each. But let me turn this over. That says GP in the middle and Hospitality Collection. And the GP threw me off. I'm like, wait a sec. I could have sworn these were Southern Living. I know this is Southern Living. So I had to look it up. I forgot. Gail Pittman did a lot of things for Southern Living. And I was all about that in the early 2000s. These are all vintage now, in that 20-year range. Now, these are dirty. I did not clean this at all. And I didn't take them apart. But I do know you can tell that they're the same. I just love these. I automatically want to keep one for myself, but I'm not. I'm going to sell both of them because I have plenty of mixing bowls and bowls at home. I do not need any more mixing bowls for myself. So I'm going to list this up on eBay, and we'll see if any of this or this gets onto Etsy. I might. I'll have to see if I feel like they don't quite have that vintage aesthetic that people are looking for. They're more or less, you know, oh, this is 21st century vintage versus, you know, the 20th century vintage, anything from the 1900s. If I list these up together, which I might, I'm thinking about it. At the low end, according to the solds on eBay, I could get like $24 at the low end and $44 at the high end for this pair. Someone did sell a pair of the yellow ones together. They were asking $60, but they did take a best offer. And that's kind of how I was like looking at that price. Then I was looking at the individual prices of the green ones and yellow ones. Somebody sold at the very low end with like $10, which I wouldn't want to, I would not list this up for $10. And so that's kind of where I'm at with these. I just love them so much. And of course, we always say if they don't sell, we will keep them. But I definitely want to sell these so that somebody else can take them and have them in their home and love them and use them. Easy to care for. These are, you know, regular bowls. I don't know if it doesn't say on there. I don't think I used to put my Southern Living items in the dishwasher, but I think they are dishwasher safe. But I never always let that up to whoever the buyer is to figure out how they want to, you know, take care of their items. Let's go back to that bag of toys for a second. I see My Little Pony, but I don't recognize a lot of the other items in there. Do you guys know any of these little toys and accessories? Now I'm moving on to the 3 coats. I just love this one. And if you, oh, it is so soft, the texture of it. It just has the one button here. It's got that maroon lining. It is White House Black Market. And I paid $39.99. No, I did not. These were on sale. I only paid $10 because red tags were 75% off. There was a whole rack of coats. Of course, it's April. Of course, they want to get rid of their coats. This is beautiful. And of course, it didn't sell for that price, probably back in the wintertime. However, ironically, I'm going to be listing it up for way more than that. This is just a beautiful coat. I'm thinking anywhere, and because I haven't actually priced it out, and it's hard to price it out when it's out of season, but I'm thinking that that is definitely like a $60 or $70 coat. This is the second coat, and boy, is it long and heavy. It is. This is heavy duty. Keep you very warm. It's got a giant hood. It's kind of, oh, it's so soft. And then in lieu of buttons, it has these like hooks that hook on over here. I made sure that all the hooks were there. It has a button up here so that you can bring it across, but I did notice that this is not like connected into like a loop for the button. So I might have to mend that. We'll see. It's Jones, New York. It's extra large. And I gotta find that price tag that I was just looking at before I hung this up. It might be on the back. Hold on. Well, I can show you the hood now. There's the hood. That's so weird. I gotta find the price tag and then I'll tell you how much I paid for it. So when I was putting it on the hanger, I knocked the price tag off. It was $29.99, 75% off. So I paid $7.49 for the coat. I would think to get somewhere in that $50 to $60 range for it. I always tell you what I get for my items in my solds videos. Again, this one needs a little mending before I list it. But oh, if you could feel how soft this coat is, it is beautiful. I really loved this coat. I was attracted to it right away. It has that kind of animal print feel to it. It's got the moto zipper to it that kind of goes off at an angle. And of course, you can fold this in and then zipper it up. But I kind of like it like this. And the brand is Loft. It's a small. It was $19.99, 75% off, so I paid $4.99 for it. It's got pockets. I just love it. You can zip it the whole way up and then, you know, like I said, fold this part in and then it would be zippered up like that where you would just have the collar at the top. Now, I haven't priced this out either. But it's a shorter jacket, so I'm thinking maybe in the $45 to $55 range for this one. Sherry and I had so much fun thrifting at the Red, White, and Blue. Put a comment down below which item or items you liked the best.